Hey y'all, I wanted to start incorporating shopping hauls and grocery hauls into my videos, so I may start doing that. And I forgot all about it, and I had to put everything up, and I had to get it all back out again. So we're going, what little bit that I have that I could grab, we're going to do a grocery haul real quick. Getting ready for my fall recipe videos this week. So you may see some things that kind of look kind of odd, or hear something kind of odd, because I'm going to tell you my meal plan too, just real quick. And so it may seem a little, I'm going to be doing some soups this week, so it may seem a little, it's right now outside, it's July. So a little too hot for soups, but got to start working on those videos. So this week we're going to be doing some soup, some breakfast, different things like that. And I had to get all those things, and we've got a birthday. So I got two 18-count packs of eggs. I've got 2 gallons of milk, some heavy whipping cream. I got a can of biscuits, some Buffalo Cheetos for the birthday boy, some cheese tortellini for a recipe. We got some hash browns, a pack of bacon, some sausage links. I also got some 2-liter drinks. We got 16 ounces of cheese over there, some Parm cheese as well, some bacon bits, 2 little things of pork sausage. I needed a 5-pound bag of potatoes. I needed croutons for the soup, one of the soups, some onion rings, some zucchini, tomatoes, and an apple for some more fall recipes. And birthday boy wanted some popsicles, so we got those. I needed some bratwurst to go with some other sausages I have for a supper. I also got some chocolate ice cream for my husband, some butterscotch pudding for a recipe that I'm going to be doing, some cheese also for a recipe that I'm going to be doing. I got 2 cans of tomato sauce, 1 can of cheddar cheese soup. I needed a can of mushrooms, some condensed milk, 2 cans of green beans, egg noodles, 2 yellow cake mixes, and 2 boxes of saltines for soup. One of our breakfast meals is going to have grits with it, so I had to get that. I needed some cornmeal to keep on hand, and some hot dog buns. So this week we got several things, as you can see, that we're going to need. Some of these things that are kind of like out of character for the summer, but like I said, I'm prepping for my fall recipes. I've got some breakfast, several breakfast recipes that'll be coming up in time for the start of school, and which will be in a few weeks here in Alabama. And I've got some fall cake recipes or fall desserts, stuff like that. So I just wanted to give you an idea of what all this entails. Usually I have a lot more stuff than this, so trying to stick to a budget this week the best that I can. Okay, make sure y'all like and subscribe. I'll see you next time. Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to make a spaghetti pie, and you're going to need to preheat your oven to okay, finally. You're going to have to preheat your oven to 350 degrees. And you need to cook about a pound's worth of meat and an onion diced up. Cook it loose, because that's going to go in your sauce just like it typically would. And I've already done that, only I did 2 pounds of ground beef instead of 1. And I've already cooked the onion with it and everything. Drain the meat and the onion that you cooked together, drain that. Put it back in the pan. Add your sauce to it and set it aside. And that's what I did. And then we're going to start with the spaghetti next. So hang on just a second, let me get everything. So we're going to need about This is about a pound of spaghetti noodles cooked and drained. And we're gonna need about 4 tablespoons of butter. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. You're going to stir this around and try to make sure that all your noodles get coated with the butter best you can. It's not the easiest thing to do, but make sure they all get coated. Now this is not piping hot. This is just really warm. And there's a reason for that. I didn't want my eggs to cook. We're gonna have to put eggs in this. Okay, so as soon as your butter is melted and it's coated the noodles really good, you're gonna add 4 beaten eggs to this. So there's my beaten eggs. And you're gonna add about a cup of Parmesan cheese. That was a partial one. About a cup's worth. Okay. And then we're gonna just stir this up real quick. We don't want to cook our eggs or anything like that. Just try your best to make it coat all the noodles the best you can. Now, this recipe calls for this to be put into 2 different pie pans. One for you to keep, one for you to give away, or one for you to keep and one for you to freeze. But I'm just going to go ahead and put it in a baking dish. Alright, so we are going to go ahead and put our spaghetti noodles into our baking dish. Let me go get it. So I got my 9x13 here, of course, and my spaghetti. Put it in the bottom here. So typically with this being spaghetti pie, it would be in a pie pan. But just thought it'd be easier for my family just to get them some out of this kind of pan. But if you want to follow the recipe, by all means, that's what you need to do. Now, let's try to make room over here. I'm going to take this, we're going to move it. We need to mix up our cheese mixture really quickly. So instead of ricotta, I'm going to use cottage cheese. This is about 1.5 cups, 2 cups. You were to put, let me see how many, a teaspoon of garlic minced and a teaspoon of Italian seasoning. Okay, so I'm just going to add some basil and some oregano as my Italian seasoning. A little bit heavier on the oregano. Okay. Just do a tad more. And then instead of minced garlic, we're going to add garlic powder, and that's good enough. All right. Try to give it just a little bit of flavor. So you need to mix that all together. Now, this is basically going to be a lot like, you know, a lasagna, but with spaghetti noodles. You can do it in multiple layers, but I'm not going to since I've already got my noodles in here. You know, you could do it noodles, cheese, you know, just like you would do a lasagna. All I'm going to do is dollop my cheese mixture everywhere. and kind of spread it out. Spread it out best you can. Don't stir, but just spread it out. Okay. Then we're going to add our sauce. Okay, now the ragu is what we use. Ragu is like our favorite. I got a bottle or jar. It's a little bit more than 32 ounces. So you can either save it or pile it on here, however you want to. I'm just going to set it aside in case it needs more sauce later. The next thing we need to do is just cover it with mozzarella. And then it's time to cook it. That's it. It's as simple as it is. It's not even that complicated at all. But like I said, if you wanted to, you could do layers. But I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to cook it. And then you're going to cook it for 30 minutes. Long enough for the cheese to melt and everything to get hot and bubbly. So you may need to watch it so it doesn't burn, unless you like burnt cheese. Some people do. Okay, we'll spread this out just a little bit, because 2 cups of cheese does not go far, in my opinion. But I'm gonna go ahead and use as much as I can. Okay, so about 30 minutes at 350 degrees. Watch your cheese so that it doesn't burn, and I will be back here in a few. Okay, y'all, so this is a finished product. It did great, and I'm sure it's going to taste good because, you know, lasagna. So make sure that you like and subscribe. I'll see you next time.